Who are you and why are you running for state assembly?
All right, well, my name is Lex. I'm right now an administrative business partner at Google. I formerly was a congressional aide, and I also worked as the director of neighborhood services in San Francisco. And I'm running for this seat because of my mix of private experience and public sector experience. Both of these things combined together, I think, would make me a very effective legislator on day one.
And then on the public side, you worked in Nancy Pelosi's office.
Yes.
What exactly did you do, and what experience from that are you bringing to this race?
Right. So I worked with the Congresswoman for about 7.5 years, and that was in her San Francisco district office. So I didn't work in Washington, D.C. And when you work in a district office, it's very much of a social worker job where you're interacting with individuals who are facing issues like I mentioned to you, the housing crisis, right? So you become an advocate for individuals. So not only with federal agencies, but with community organizations. Very tactical on the ground work.
And your roots are in the Bay Area. You moved to Sacramento within the last
3 years.
3 years.
Correct.
Okay,
in early 2020.
So then what makes you the best candidate to represent Sacramento in the state legislature?
You may notice in my campaign branding that I've picked the California bear as my theme, the California bear flag. Because what I'm doing is I'm taking this race from a California perspective. When I was a young man, I went to school at Cal State LA. So I could have the Hollywood sign tattooed on my arm, but I don't. Right? Maybe Griffith Park. I have the Golden Gate Bridge on my arm. I came from the Bay, but now my roots are here in Sacramento. This is where I bought my home. And this being the state capital really would take advantage of the fact of somebody with the experience of being throughout the different parts of California. Somebody that's able to work with people in San Diego and in Eureka.
I mean, what are some of the issues you want to tackle in the state assembly?
The three of them are very simple. It's building housing. We need to build housing at all levels in order to solve the homeless crisis. We need to make sure that our transportation systems are equipped for the future. I mean, public transportation and private transportation. There's going to be a lot of people on the roads. So we're going to need to look at the Department of Motor Vehicles. We're going to need to look at licensing requirements for individuals. I think I mentioned to you that I do a super commute almost twice a week over to the Bay Area. So I see a lot on the roads, and I think that that really affects a lot of people here in this district. In addition to the cannabis prices that we right now have in California that are, first of all, out of control, but secondly, we're collapsing that industry. What needs to happen since 2016, since we legalized cannabis, is to reevaluate the laws as to where they are now and make sure that we hold that industry as high as we do Hollywood, as high as we do Silicon Valley. And those are my three issues.
Lazar joins a wide field of Democrats who've declared their candidacy for the seat. Here's a big list. We're talking Deputy Attorney General Maggie Krell, San Juan Unified School Board member Paula Viescas, also civil rights lobbyist Carlos Marquez, Democratic Party official Sean Frame, SMUD board member Rosanna Herber, and then transgender rights advocate Evan Minton. All these candidates who have announced so far are Democrats. No Republicans yet announcing any intention to run for this seat.